Well, just a few hours ago, a Cleveland police detective finally returned home after a terrifying accident in Utah last month. Detective Ashley Schut was paragliding with her husband and a pilot when they collided with a hang glider in midair.
Yeah, this is just an incredible story. Our Lindsey Buckingham now shares how she miraculously survived.
The blue skies at Akron Fulton International Airport set the perfect tone for Cleveland Police Detective Ashley Schut's arrival.
So it was very important for us to be here and let her know that she's back home.
Family, friends, and colleagues saluted on the runway as her flight, donated by Jet ICU, landed from Utah. Schut's dog, Kenzie, anxiously waiting to reunite with Mom. Then Schut was loaded into a waiting ambulance. It's a much different scene than on October 17th when Schut and her husband went paragliding in Utah. Schut was in the air with a pilot when they collided with a hang glider, sending all three of them to the ground. Sadly, the pilot died. Schut and the hang glider were seriously hurt. Spinal cord surgery stopped her from being paralyzed.
They had said that if she hadn't gotten there as soon as she did, and they were able to do that immediate surgery, that she would have been in a very different place as far as her mobility.
Schut's husband, Gabe, says although it's been a tough journey,
we didn't know how long it'd be until this day came for us to be back.
the support from loved ones and the community has gotten them through.
She's starting to kind of see that she's going to make it back. I think for both of us, just being back with our support system, friends and family here, yeah, she's just overwhelmed.
There's a long road ahead, but the accident has brought the two closer than ever.
We have a bond now, I think, after going through something like this. It deepens your relationship in a way that really nothing else can. I think that's the biggest blessing that I can take away from it, that she's here, she has a path to recovery, and I think that we'll just never forget what this has meant for both of us.
And great news here. Gabe tells us while there's no time frame, Ashley is supposed to be doing just fine. She's expected to make a full recovery, and, quote, she cannot wait to get back on the streets as a Cleveland police officer. Jay and Lena doing, of course, what she loves.
Wow. We appreciate her.
It's incredible when you consider what she's gone through. And there's something about coming home. No matter what, whether you've moved away and you come back years later or you're just coming back for a visit, and particularly after such a traumatic event like this, and knowing that there were folks here to greet her upon her return, I can only imagine what she was thinking when that plane touched down and she could exhale saying, I didn't know if I'd ever be here again, but I'm home.
I have to tell you, I can describe it in one word, and it was joyful. Her family, her friends, her colleagues, and her dog Kenzie, who was just, I'm telling you, pulling to get to her mom. It was so touching. Her husband Gabe said it best. They are just so relieved and overjoyed to be home.
Wonderful, wonderful to have them back. Lindsay, thank you so much for sharing their story.
You bet, guys.
Yeah, it comes at an appropriate time near Thanksgiving when we all give thanks. And I imagine this will be a special Thanksgiving for her entire family.